Hi there, this is Cindy. How are you doing? Welcome to my Clean and Simple Tuesday series. When I was in this really scary place called my garage this weekend, I found my Inky Antics honeycomb paper pads, and I have several of them here, and I thought it'd be really fun to make a card with them. So that's what we're going to do. And the focal point is going to be on the inside rather than the outside. I've made this card before. I made it yesterday, and then I promptly lost the video. And now I have to make it again, but what we're after is this heart focal point in the inside, so when you open it up, you see this heart. It's kind of like a little home decor display. However, when you do set it up like this, it does look like a heart. Right now, it doesn't. So I'm going to tell you what we need. I obviously ran out of my pink paper, but I want to show you how you want to die cut this. I made a bad mistake yesterday, actually a couple of them. Burnt out the motor on my Vagabond, ruined some cutting plates, but after I unplugged the Vagabond and let her rest for a while, she came back. I was stressing over that one big time. So before we go through our product list, I'm going to let you know the big mistake that I did make and show you how to cut this the right way. I have Heart Full of Love dies by MFT Stamps, and how you want to cut this is to go ahead and stick it right in the middle like that. So that way you open it up. This stuff is very, very thick. I don't know if there's thinner paper out there, but it is extremely thick. If it helps you to keep it lined up with the corner, go ahead and use the pencil and do some tick marks, but I already have my other half from yesterday. And then just draw around there. You definitely want to use some low tack tape. I like using the Scotch brand. And it looks like this matte finish removable tape. I think where I went wrong is I kept trying to die cut it on one side, and I flipped that sandwich over every which way possible, including having my magnetic platform on the top of it like this. What I should have done is taken the die, because it would only cut partially through, and I did end up hand cutting part of it out. I should have taken the die and then flip the paper over like this, and then flip the die over, and then I would have gotten, I think, a really good clean cut all the way through without trashing my Vagabond. But like I said, she's okay now. And that's the only really good advice I can give you if you want your tools. I wouldn't try this on a regular Big Shot just because of how thick this paper is. So to get started here, what I have is a piece of, it's a note card from Avriel, and its side folding is just red. They have just note cards now. They used to have cardstock, but they went ahead and went down to note cards. And I want to make sure that this is really good and scored on the side there, because I need my inside to be okay. I went ahead and die cut a piece of cardstock from their sorbet collection using a frame from My Favorite Things Blueprints 13. And then for the inside of the card, I went ahead and cut two more of just the regular white cardstock, again using that frame from My Favorite Things. Then I went ahead and grabbed some paper tray ink, Limitless Layers 2.5 circle collection, or 2.5 inch, and I cut the scallop with the same red cardstock. And then this is Whisper White by Stampin' Up, just because it's thinner, and I've got a pretty thick card going on. I have a little doily, and this is by Stampin' Up. I have my little heart punch. And I finally found all my little date stamp. It's slipping my mind what these are called, but this is a Project Life Becky Higgins one. And then the stamps that we're going to be using today is from Stampin' Up! A Celebration. It's What I Love, 2 sentiments. We'll be doing Know What I Love. And on the inside, it's going to be you. Great stamp set, but we're not going to be using the flowers. And then for ink, I'm just going to go ahead and go along with some Valetine'sDayCard Onyx Black, because I really want the black to pop out on there. Now for the heart, what I've done is 2 things. I used some of that same red card stock, and I just punched out that heart and then got my red Wink of Stella. Yesterday it wasn't dry even after letting it sit for an hour. This morning I put a heat tool on it, and then I just went ahead and grabbed some red glimmer paper as well and popped that on a glue dot just in case that one's not dry. So before I start anything at all, and I cut out 2 of these hearts just in case I mess up, I want to go ahead and get my sentiment on there. And remember, the Valetine'sDayCard ink, it's a little bit temperamental, so you either want to heat set it or just set it aside to dry. One important thing I forgot to mention was you want to get yourself some double-sided adhesive, and this is the Be Creative, and I just went ahead and again die cut that heart out. So I'm going to get my sentiment, and I know that this is on a really big block, but you also know I can't stamp a sentiment straight to save my life either. Which is why I cut out 2 of them. So I'm going to make sure that's nice and inked up. And just put it up towards the top a little bit more, so we have room for that heart so it's centered. And if you get a headshot, I apologize. However, I am having a great hair day. I'm just going to lay that down. Yesterday I kind of got a little smudge on it. And I'm going to set that aside and let this dry before I put that heart on. So let's go ahead and put our panel on the front here. I love this Easy Runner Grand. It's by Scrapbook Adhesives. Super, super, super arthritis friendly, and it just sticks really well. It goes on great, and nothing gets wasted at all. So I'm going to go ahead and put this all the way around the card. The video I made yesterday ended up being 15 minutes long, so I hope this stays the same. And you know I always do adhesive overkill. And I have to clean my everything too, because I'm just getting dirt all over the place. So we're just going to get this laid down. I'm going to go ahead and get the doily down on top as well. And I'm going to line up the top and the bottom here and make sure that's centered in the card. I do want some dimension on my red scallop piece. So I'm just going to grab the last of this roll of foam tape. And anytime I cut this kind of tape here, I like to use titanium scissors because they don't stick. I mean, they stick, but they don't gunk your scissors up. So we're just going to get that on there for now. And I probably shouldn't have done it considering I had to put that other panel on top, but it's okay. Now for the inside, it's going to be really important that you get your white pieces lined up, and I'll tell you why. When I did this yesterday, I wanted them all the way together so there wouldn't be a break here, but when I closed the card, it started to bend these, so I just moved them over really quick. But you want to get everything perfectly lined up like I have in the center right there. So again, I'm just going to get my adhesive. It seems like they're watching me do this more than anything else. And I'm going to try and get this as lined up as close as possible. I'm using my grid mat here too. It would help if I got in your line of sight. One thing that helps is holding that card up. And I just have to worry about getting it even from top and bottom. Okay, perfect. And then when you're doing the inside, make sure that you're doing the right side of the cardstock. Then I'm going to flip it around like that. And it looks like I didn't get it yet. Well, I'm not going to worry about it right now. I just want to get this down. So I'm going to do the exact same thing, and that's the easiest way to get all this lined up. Then I'm going to close it. And open it. And there we go. Now for the heart. This is the fun part. I did want to add some sparkle and shimmer to that. And I have this Crafter's Companion Spray and Sparkle Iridescent. It did not give me what I wanted because I tried it on the cards yesterday. I had it open all the way outside because the stuff is not really good to breathe. But it just didn't give me the shine that I wanted. However, I only had it like this. I think that if I would have stretched it out, then I would have gotten a little bit of more sparkle. I'm going to go try that now. And the reason why I chose this is because this is super, super thin paper, and you don't want to use anything that's water-based because it'll saturate it and make it soggy. So I'm going to run outside real quick and just stretch this and see if I get better results today than I did yesterday. Okay, this worked out so much better stretching it out like that, because you can see, there you go. You can see how shiny it is. It's really pretty, and it smells really bad on top of it. But it didn't make my paper all soggy. And this was another nightmare from yesterday, was because I spent an hour in the garage looking for it, and it was right next to me the entire time. But I found some other cool stuff that I've been missing. So I'm just going to straighten this out a little bit, keep the chatting down. We die cut this heart earlier from that double-sided adhesive. And now I just want to cut it right in half. Now, since I fiddled so much with this from yesterday, it's going to be a little bit on the big side here, as you can see. So just go ahead and cut around it and make it just a little bit smaller. It's going to stay adhered down no matter what, because this is really strong stuff. Or you can go ahead and use spray glue if you want. Now what you want to do is just take this backing off right here and use a pokey tool to do it. And the tape in between is very thin. Got it. And I'm just going to lay this on the back of my heart. Make sure nothing, wow, I have some serious overhang there. But again, this is where you go in with your scissors and just trim it on down. You want to pull your card back in and then get the rest of this off. I found these two to be kind of like the more difficult ones. Oh, and I stuck it on the wrong side too. I should have put it on this side, but now I'm going to have to start over here, and I'm right-handed. Okay, make sure that's the front of my card. What you want to do is get this right in the middle, and you want that corner on the edge of your cardstock. And I just have that corner down now. I'm glad it came up. And then get it centered. And I'm not pushing this down all the way. Now I am. Now this is when I take that other piece, and I know I'm going to have to cut that. So we'll just get that over with right now. And I'm cutting much more off this than I did the other one. I'm going to pull off this backing here. Pulling this one off is much easier first than this one. We're going to pop that on our heart. Then I'm going to pull this tape off. And this is what I did yesterday. I just closed it. And I'm hoping it lined up. And it did. And this is where you can fluff it out and play with it. You can see where I got a little bit too sticky with the adhesive. Bella was trying to jump up on me right when I was squirting this. And there you go. And you can still see the shine, and I think it looks pretty cool. So to go ahead and get this finished up, I'm grabbing my little Becky Higgins stamp here. It's already turned to February 14th of 2016. I'm just going to stamp this up here in the left corner. It's kind of a little fun and whimsical touch to this card. And then for our last sentiment, and remember this is clean and simple, so I'm not going to just put a bunch of stuff on the inside of it, doll it up with sequins or anything like that. I am going to stamp you right about here. Nice. Now I'm going to take my heat tool to both of these just to set them a little bit so we can work on or finish up the rest of the card on the front. I went ahead and heat set this with my Tim Holtz tool. It blows out a lot of heat in a pretty short period of time, and I just really wanted to keep the warping down, and that's why you see me put an awful lot of adhesive on there. So I'm going to grab my scallop here, and I know it has this in it, but I did not want to open up or find my regular Averial cardstock. God only knows where that is, but I didn't want to use another note card just for this scallop. So I'm going to go ahead and pop that on in the middle. And I'm really and I also took my heat tool to this red heart. This is punched from the coordinating cardstock, and I really hope it's not too good. It's dry. That was my big thing. And this is just on a glue dot. And I'm going to put that right under here, straight if possible. I'm just going to grab my tea towel and get that a good press there. So we're going to go ahead and get the adhesive off the back of this, bring our card back in. Pop this on top, and it's a perfect fit. And we are done with this really cool card. I love how the pink honeycomb paper coordinated very well, perfectly with, well, I can use this card here. It went really great with the outside. If you look at it, it's pretty much an exact match. So this is our card for our Clean and Simple Tuesday. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope that you enjoyed this video. And remember, you can always put it on the top and then just keep it open on the top. I kind of wanted to go for a little bit of a home decor look on this, so, or at least it's very easy to display this way. So thank you so much for stopping by to visit me today. I hope that you, again, like my video. Please give me a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you the next time around. God bless you and have a great day. Bye.